This video is going to be my experience at the doctor's. I said I was going to get checked out. I wanted to have some blood work done to see what my, what's it called? Is it HbA? Is it A1C? I'm going to have my blood work results in this video for you coming soon. So I'll tell you my experience in detail, how it went, how much it cost here for healthcare, and then I'll show you my results. So we went pretty early in the day, and now you can choose private healthcare. There's so many private healthcare hospitals, clinics here, and there's also some there's I think like a couple hospitals or clinics that are just for Kuwaiti people, the Kuwaiti population, and then there's public sector. We prefer, nothing against the public sector hospitals, but we prefer to go private and just pay the money. Like when you go private, you pay out of pocket. Like I might look into, because the health insurance here covers the public sector, like the healthcare you get here as an expat, but the level of healthcare is just different in a private sector. And being from Canada, private healthcare is not something we really had access to. It was mostly public, so like hospitals and that. So yeah, so I went to a private clinic and it ended up costing a total of 44 KD. I think 44, 47, I'll have to check. And I'll put the conversion here somewhere for you guys so you know how much that is roughly. I had been fasting, and I get to the counter and I tell the lady, you know, what I need to, I said I'm kind of dizzy, because I was, and I've been testing my blood sugars and they've been really high. So she said, okay, well, we have a doctor here who specializes in diabetes and things like that, and it's the internal medicine doctor. And I took my blood pressure. Now this is something I find a little unbelievable, because my blood pressure has never been this low. I was like, you know, they used a really big cuff, and the doctor took my blood pressure and it was like 110/82. I was like, what? Are you sure? So I almost felt like asking if he could take it again, because that's really strange. Now, maybe because I was fasting, I don't know, but he said that's normal, so that's good. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, right, that was my reaction too. But who am I to argue with the doctor, right? So then he wanted, you know, talked a bit about my background, my medical history, told him about my operations, about all this and that, like, you know, just really nice doctor, really not rushing, really seemed interested in talking to, you know, me about my history. Another thing I find that doctors tend to do more in a private clinic, I don't know, but yeah, so talked to him for a bit, and then he ordered some blood tests. I also had to do a urine sample, like, you know, like pee in the little cup thing. And then we had to wait about an hour, and the results were in just shy of an hour. So we took them back to the doctor after going to the lab. It was all in the same clinic, which is nice. Took them back to the lab, to the doctor, who saw us right away, looked at the results. And actually, I forgot to mention, when I was doing the blood work, they picked my finger to take a blood test. It was 23 point something. It's on the results. It was like 23, okay? So that's really high, 23 mmol. And so I'll try to convert that into mgdl for you. But the test results came back, and there was a couple of problems. You know, pancreas, liver, everything he said was fine. But the A1C was 10. So I think 10.1. So that's pretty high. I have to get that down. So they did diagnose me with diabetes, like officially, even though I knew, because my blood sugar levels were so high. And then there's this thing here. It's like MALB, M-A-L-B, which is something in the urine. Apparently the normal range is like 0 to 20, but mine was like 92. So this, he said, had to do with something being in the urine that has to do with eating way too much salt. So salt in certain foods. So immediately after that, he told me to eliminate certain foods, and you guys are going to be keto people, are going to be keto lovers, are not going to want to believe this, but this doctor told me to not eat any eggs, red meat, cut that out. eat mostly fish, chicken, and vegetarian. Like, you know, mostly vegetables, like this much. Like this much, he showed me with the hands, like this much vegetables on your plate. This much for your palm. So you do your this thing with your palm, it shows you how much rice you can eat. So this plus a half of this. So yeah, I can eat that much rice, which I know you guys are gonna be like, what? It raises your glycemic index. I guess mixing it with the vegetables, which have a lot of fiber, kind of slow down the spike of sugar. I don't know, but basically I have to eat very bland, he said, because like the salt level and things, I have to be very, very careful because this can lead to my kidneys were fine now, but this in your urine can lead to kidney problems down the line from eating way too much sodium. Plus being diabetic can definitely damage your kidneys. So, so basically he just, yeah, I said, okay, what about like, because I asked him at first, like, how should I be eating, you know, for this? Because, should I be eating keto, like very low carb? And he said, no, like really right away, like, no, don't do keto. It's very unhealthy. And I was like, oh, okay. So something really good for breakfast would be whole grain toast with some beans or something. But fruit, I can have very like a limited amount, maybe like one pear, half of a, you know, whatever, an apple, but like wait a couple of days for my blood sugars to regulate. And yeah, that's about it, I guess. So after my blood test and everything, he ordered a shot of insulin to try to bring the sugar down. And I went down to the nursing station and they picked my arm with an injection of insulin. I don't know how much, but I don't know. I don't think it worked because I took my blood in the evening because he was like, I want you to be on like a regimen. I want you to eat between 7 and 9 a.m. for breakfast, never skip breakfast, noon to, you know, around 12 to 1 for lunch, and then dinner no later than 8 p.m. Like finish all your eating by 8 p.m. or so, and then don't eat again until the next day. After my lunch, I just didn't, I slept for a while and didn't feel like, you know, cooking anything, and now it's like kind of too late, so I have to wait till the morning. My blood sugar, when I tested it not long ago, like maybe an hour ago, and it's like maybe 11 at night, it was 239, like the same. Now insulin takes a while to work, right? I mean, it's not just one injection. I don't know. So maybe what I had for dinner, after my lunch, I just didn't, I slept for a while and didn't feel like, you know, cooking anything, and now it's like kind of too late, so I have to wait till the morning. Maybe my pancreas is just damaged and I'm eventually going to need to be on insulin. I don't know. I hope not. I have to go back on Monday for a follow-up, and I have to record my blood sugars before I go. You know, he put me on, my medication's in the other room, but he put me on like something that's like sort of like metformin, but it's not. It's like a mix of diabetic drugs. It's tablets, and he put me on some kind of other pill that's gonna like, it's like a blood pressure pill, but it's like, he said sort of just like a just in case kind of thing for the, it's supposed to like help with the sodium level in my urine. I don't know how, but anyway. So that's that. This is child proof too, help me.